if you're in the Hamptons, you want to look out. Absolutely. There's a woman looking for money. Yes, a woman that you may have heard of. Oh, absolutely, 100%. You know who we're talking about, of course? The former royal known as the Duchess of Sussex. That's right, Meghan Markle. She's been at a convention. What's the true story behind that? As ever, let me explain. Morning, nice to see you today. Thank you so much as ever for your company. We'll have a quick wave. You keep it all right? Nod if you can't be bothered to, yes, and we'll just rattle something. No, not your vitamin tablets, something else a little bit, I can feel, come on, look lively, we'll have a wave, you all right? Thank you so much as ever for your time. You know, when you think about it, as I've said to you before, it's hard, isn't it, to get in any business off the ground. It doesn't matter who you are or what you are, everybody's looking. I was always shocked, when the very famous impresario, musical man, etc., Andrew Lloyd Webber, was always putting on musicals. When you're very young, and you think, oh right, and then they were looking for angels and investors, and I thought, why do they never use their own money? Yes, the stupidity of youth. Have you noticed that? You never realise that, of course, they never use their own money. No, they want your money, and that's the problem, isn't it, you see? Now, Meghan Markle's been at that very prestigious sort of New York hideaway, the Hamptons. It's where everybody who's rich and famous goes for their summer break, and if you've got money and you can afford to go to the Hamptons, you truly have got money. Now, of course, what you will have noticed is that Meghan decided to rock up there sans bag carrier, that is, of course, otherwise known as the Duke of Sussex, Prince Harry. Basically, she wanted to be sending out a message, according to her team at William Morris Endeavour, about how she's the cheese, this is her business, and she's making sure she's pushing ahead. Harry, as I said, is a bit of a calamity and can say all the wrong things at all the wrong times. However, on those business events, which are basically just groups of investors that get together so that, you hope they will give you money, a lot of people wanted to meet Harry because obviously the connection is still very useful. Meghan, though, insisted that she had to be alone. Now, there were big cheeses there, let me tell you, including Reese Witherspoon and, of course, the likes of Gwyneth Paltrow, who seemingly kept something of a distance. Could be rivals. American Riviera is not too far away from Goop. Now, the whole point is everybody says, oh, Meghan's been invited seemingly because she's now a mover and shaker in the world, of course, of that type of stuff. No, she got invited because of the friendship that she grifted with one-time newsreader, met her myself, Katie Couric, right? The woman who picked up 8 million and then literally sunk the evening news on CBS. Told you before, when she came over to the London office and I was working for CBS, we were told not to look in her direction, not to speak, and simply, barely breathe in this woman's presence. That was the ego. So you understand how exactly Katie and Meghan clearly do get on. It was at that particular sort of thing earlier this year where she got Meghan to recite the tedious story again about the washing up liquid and all that. That's how the friendship was more sealed, as it were. But the bottom line is this: Meghan was there to try and get investors in American Riviera. Big investors were there, people that have done things into Goop, into Bumble, which is a dating app, all sorts of stuff. Now, what their team are basically saying was that people were enthralled, delighted, couldn't believe they were in the presence of such, well, yes, seventh down on the cast of Suits, Meghan Markle. And what she was hoping now to find is in the next couple of days that people will be battering the door down of American Riviera, offering money to invest in this little known brand that so far sent out a few pots of jams to micro celebrities, Dobb biscuits and an alleged rosé wine. So far, it's not actually come off. But Meghan's got a big push coming up also via CBS with another interview, and she hopes by pushing that, the investors and perhaps finally a CEO will come forward. Of course, everything costs in the world of Hollywood, and if things do take off, Katie Couric, trust me, will be looking for some level of, well, shall we say, payment, to put it kindly. Neil Sean in the very heart of Yorkshire.